Welcome to the Whimsy Stamps and Pear Blossom Press Lighting It Up video hop. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining us. This video hop is full of inspiration, combining the Easy Lights by Pear Blossom Press and some of your favorite Whimsy Stamps products. So be sure you're hopping along, leaving a comment at each stop for a chance to win one of 2 gift certificates. Now, each company is generously giving away one $25 gift certificate to their online shop to one lucky winner. Now, you'll have until November 1st to leave a comment for a chance to win. Both winners will be listed here on the Whimsy Stamps channel on November 4th. So you're going to want to be sure to check back to see if you were one of those lucky winners. And remember, you need to leave a comment on each stop along the hop. Now, the next stop is listed in the description box below. Laid out here in front of me, I have my Easy Lights, which I absolutely love. They were super simple to use. I'm using the Whimsy Stamps Elf Size stamps and dies, along with the Slimline Hill House die. Now, this is a new slimline from Whimsy, just released at Halloween. I've had some requests on how to use it for other than just Halloween, so I thought this would be a great time for me to show you a fun way to use this die. Here I've die cut a piece of Nina Desert Storm cardstock with this Slimline Hill House die. And what I'm doing is I'm mapping out where I want my lights to go. I'm using Scotch tape to hold them in place. Somehow, I don't know how, but it just so worked out that the wires for the lights are thin enough to line up behind those little panes in the windows. So I'm putting my lights in the top 3 windows, and I'm just placing the light in the very center of the window and then running the wire right down that center pane. And then I secure it in place with my Scotch tape. It's so easy to do. You just have to play around with your placement, figure out how you want your lights to run. And once you do that, just secure them in place with your tape. Now here's a still shot of how I mapped mine out. So the first thing I decided to do was to create a back for my slimline die. And I find it much easier to cut a back to either go on the back of anything that might have a mechanism in it to add to my card base. So I can build everything and then just glue the whole thing to my card. So in order for me to do that, I need a back. And what I'm going to do is some partial die cutting. Now, I've had people ask me, how do you do your partial die cutting? The secret to partial die cutting are these tiny little plates that you get to go with your smaller die cutting machines. So here you can see I've only applied the plate where I want pressure to be applied. And by doing that, it's allowing me to cut only the outer edges of this, leaving the center solid. And that's exactly what I want. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this, and I'm also going to partially die cut the inside of the house. I need pieces to inlay to cover up the wires, so that's what I'm going to do to cover those up. I'm going to partially die cut the inner part of the house with this small die cutting plate. So one more roll through here will have this completely done. It doesn't take long at all. Partial die cutting is really easy. I think a lot of people are intimidated by it because the thought of it might be a little bit intimidating. It was for me. But if you always keep in your mind that wherever you're cutting is the only place you want to apply pressure, you won't have any problems. So I only want to cut the house part. So see how I have the die laid there over the house? And you can see here where it just cut the house out, which is perfect. This is exactly what we need. We're going to use our Copic markers and do some coloring. I'm coming in. Now, this is real easy. Color your little windows that you're going to use first. Remove those. You're going to see me pop them out here. And then color your night sky. Now, you're going to notice I have purple tape on the back of my paper. You can see it sticking out the side there. That's just so everything stays in place while I'm coloring, and I don't have to fight with it coming out, putting it back in. It's securely in place. Now, the colors I'm using, don't worry, I'm going to have those listed over on my website in the blog post for this video for you. So you're going to be able to Click that link in the description box below and head over there to check out all the products that I used during the video. I'm going to finish coloring up the night sky. Then we're going to pop all of those pieces out. Now, this is a second die cut piece from the Slimline Hill House. And it's Nina, just like the first one was. And the reason that I did that was I wanted to be able to map out my lights on one piece. And then I'm going to inlay all these other pieces that I've colored into the areas that I need to cover up, because we have to cover up all those wires. So this is the best way to cover them up. I've added Scotch tape to the back of my die cut piece here, and I've just put the Scotch tape over open areas so that it will hold on to these die cut pieces that I'm inlaying. You see how easy this is. It comes together pretty quick. Now, I used some white glitter cardstock for the path so it would look like snow. Once I have all the pieces laid in, I'm going to come back in with more Scotch tape and go over everything. Now, I want to tell you, be very mindful not to cover up your 3 open windows. You want to leave those with nothing on them. When you're laying your Scotch tape down, just be careful not to put any over those 3 windows. I decided I wanted to go ahead and add some snow to my cart. I'm going to be honest with you here. I didn't realize there was going to be so much snow. I just wasn't really thinking, oh, there's a lot of polka dots on this stencil. I went with it. And honestly, if I had it to do over again, I can't say that after I put it all together that I would do it different. But at this point in the process, I was doubting my decision here to use that stencil. You have to let that metallics foil gel dry. You have to just set it aside and let it dry. So once I let it dry, I decided to come in with some mounting foam to the back. I used mounting foam from Whimsy Stamps, like a foam board almost. I absolutely love this stuff. So I had an extra die cut piece that I had laying there. I used that over the mounting foam, some liquid glue to the back of that, and added my partially die cut piece to cover everything up, making it so simple for me just to add this to a card base once I'm done. Here I have all the cute little pieces that I worked with from the elf size stamps and dies. I decided to dress up my little house with some holly and berries, add some candy canes to the pathway, and that cute little elf letting someone know you light up my Christmas. So that's going to wrap us up for now. Don't forget, the next stop is linked below in the description box. Be sure you are hopping along, leaving your comments for a chance to win one of those $25 gift certificates. So be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're notified of new content here to the channel. Now, for more information on the products used, you can head over to the Whimsy Stamps website. Again, thanks for joining me and take care.